Yo. So last week I did the Slate Everything bundle, and this week we're going to touch on some of the Antares plugins. Antares being the company that makes autotune. There's a lot of really great plugins in the Antares bundle, but today instead of showing you guys plugins, I'm going to show you how to do something specific that I get a lot of questions about. A big thing is they want autotune to sound natural. To make autotune sound natural, it's only a couple settings that you really need to pay close attention to. This is Autotune EFX. I'm also going to show you how to do the same thing in Autotune EFX Plus. It is very similar. I have my vocal here from Splice. This is what this sounds like without the autotune.
It's just what I noticed. Something got me out there.
Now the vocal sounds pretty good without autotune, but I'm going to show you examples of how you could use autotune to get a more natural sounding effect. If you guys want it to not sound natural, if you want the T-Painy, very fast reactive autotune, I'm going to show you guys how to do that as well. So the big things with autotune: humanize. This thing right here, humanize, is going to do exactly what it sounds like. It is going to make your vocal sound more human. You add more humanize, it sounds smoother. You add less humanize, it sounds more choppy. Now that's not the only thing that you need to pay attention to, specifically when you're using Autotune EFX. Style. This guy right here is the bane of your guys' existence. Obviously, we know retune speed. Retune speed is going to control how fast the autotune is kicking in and how dramatic it's going to make it. This guy right here, style, is going to be the thing that is causing you most of your problems. If you use hard EFX, the auto-tune is going to sound more choppy. I'm going to show you guys with zero humanize. I'm going to turn the retune speed all the way up. I'm going to turn hard EFX on. It should give you a more robotic sound.
It's just what I noticed. Something got me out there.
More computerized, more unrealistic sounding. Soft EFX is maybe you want some of that auto-tune sound, but you don't need it to sound as dramatic, right? And we're going to do 50% humanize, again, making it sound slightly more natural. And we're going to do soft EFX. This is what that sounds like.
It's just what I noticed. Something got me out there.
Now, there's artifacts that make it sound a little bit less natural, but you can still hear a little bit more of her natural vocal coming through the auto-tune. This is for the stuff where you want it to sound kind of, again, like Future or like some of these artists that you want a little bit of their vocal to pop through, but you don't need it to completely sound like auto-tune. You're going to find the halfway point here with soft EFX. Now for a more natural sounding vocal, we're going to turn humanize all the way up. We're going to turn the retune speed down. You can kind of play with it. The retune speed is really a preference choice. Play with it to see what you want and what makes sense for you. And then we're going to turn legato down. When you do this, it sounds almost unnoticeable sometimes.
It's just what I noticed. Something got me out there.
Very, very subtle. The retune speed means it's kind of gradually pushing you to the correct note, right? It is not really choppily switching the note on you, creating that auto-tune sound that we know. If you want it to sound natural, turn humanize up, turn the retune speed down, and turn it to legato. What style is essentially doing, it is taking this pattern and it is correcting your vocals, pitch correction. It is correcting your vocals based on this style. You see how it's doing this little two-note situation right here? That's pretty typical in a vibrato, in a natural vibrato. That right there, that vibrato, the little bounce right there, that is what Trill is recreating. It is allowing you to bounce in between those two. And the style is essentially controlling how dramatic it is pushing you to this style of pattern. So guys, make sure, depending on what you want for your vocals, you're paying attention to these things right here. Humanize, retune speed, style. If you want to try different patterns, I would recommend it. Everybody's voice is different, but it's those three things typically that get the most in your way. In EFX Plus, same thing. Retune speed, humanize, and motion. You go to here, legato, soft, hard, same thing. You can choose the pattern, same exact thing. What you want to do before you do anything else though is make sure your song is in the right key, and then check the retune speed, the humanize, and the motion to make sure you're getting the sound that you want out of your vocals. And from then you can have all the fun in the world with all the extra added effects that EFX has to offer. Try that on your vocals, guys. See what settings sound the best to you. Maybe you like the hard, super, really fast retune speed with the hard EFX on your your vocal. Maybe you want a halfway point. Maybe you want more natural sounding in legato, humanize, and slower retune speed is going to be better for you. Everybody's vocal is different. Everybody's style is different, but you have to know how to use the plugins that you're using, and you have to know how to use them well enough to get the sound that you want out of what you're doing. Go try it, guys. Let me know how it goes.